So, hello. Welcome to another episode of the A Woman's Soul Restored podcast. This is season 5, episode 10. We are moving right along just as the year is moving right along. We are already in November. We're recording a little late, but better late than never. Um, if you're new to us on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe. If you are watching us for the very first time or been watching and just haven't subscribed, if you like the material and the content, like and subscribe and also share. Let others know what you stumbled across and how it's been a benefit to you. So today we are continuing our trend with guests. And I have a very, very special guest here today. I'm not going to get into much of her description because she's going to do her description herself. But she's a young woman, a young mother, an entrepreneur, but she also holds down a full time job. And she's going to let us know how she's able to do all that, how she's managing without any government assistance. And she's also single. So she is a mother of a 7-year-old. So today our guest is the motivational speaker, the encourager, the she is many things and wear many hats. Welcome to our audience, Miss Shakeyta M. Stepherson. Hello, Miss Stepherson. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you?
I am doing well. I am so glad to have you as a guest today. Your story is just one that I know the audience will appreciate. Um, so, what I would like you to do at this time is to share a little bit about yourself, and then I'll just ask a few questions, just so we can get a little more in depth about you and your story. So, whenever you're ready, you can take off with it.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me as your special guest today. That's very important to me. I thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to come on here and share my story with others who may need some inspiration.
Awesome, awesome.
My name is Shakeyta. I go by Kiki. I'm 41 years old. I live here in Savannah, Georgia. I do have a 7-year old. Just as you mentioned, I am a mother, a full-time worker, entrepreneur, motivator. Thank you for bringing me in with such a lovely description. Um,
Yes.
I'm currently am a server of 1 year now down at the Waffle House. I work there full time, sometimes more than 40 hours a week. So
Oh,
I enjoy helping others, making them feel good, and I do a great job down at the Waffle House. Before joining the Waffle House, I was an entrepreneur all by itself for over 10 years, an internet
yeah.
marketer, a social media marketer. I sold different things online. Through my followers and things that I've done, they followed me and know that the things I have is serious and I will never promote or sell anything that I personally have not used or experienced. I also have helped people to leave their jobs. I have motivated them to have the right mindset in order for them
Yeah.
to be able to leave their job and be able to make that income for themselves because not every day is easy. Not every day you
Right.
are going to make money in your business. You just have to
Right.
understand and trust and believe that everything will make up for itself. My daughter is 7 years old. I am a single mother. I have been a single mother for about 4 or 5 years now. Since my baby turned 2, almost 3, I've been a single mother. Not every day
Okay.
is easy, but through faith, I'm able to keep things abroad. I'm able to maintain my home, my work, along with spending time with my daughter, who's very needy, by the way. Um, I am thankful to be able to have a support system who comes along and able to help me as far as a sitter is concerned. For days I may have to do a double shift, which is often I'm not going to turn down no money because I am a single mother and I don't get Section 8 food stamps. I mean, to those who do get it, power to them. But as for me, I just don't qualify for that. But I'm able to maintain my home, get food, and be able to do the different things with my daughter at school. School always needs something. They always want something.
Yes.
In the meantime, I don't have a car, so I catch Lyft and Uber every day. I have somewhere to go, whether it's taking my kid to school, whether I'm going to work, or even up to the store. So I'm
Yeah.
thankful I do have the money to pay for a Lyft every day. Other than that, I am here. I'm thankful that I'm able to share this with you. And let me know if you have any further questions. I'm here to answer anything I can.
Do have questions because I know my audience probably have questions, so I have questions too. So, are you able to do any of the entrepreneurship while you're working? Because you said sometimes you have to work doubles. So, are you still able to do any like side gigs or get into anything like you used to do? Because you said it's been 10 years. So, have you cut that all the way off? Or are you dabbling a little bit? Or are you trying to find your way? Give us a little bit about where you said they call you Kiki.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna call you Kiki too. Let
Thank
us know
you.
where Kiki is going at
Okay.
this current in,
Beautiful,
in your life.
beautiful. So initially I was my mindset was not focused on working and continuing to be an entrepreneur. So I had focused in. I went through a bad breakup and I just had to get my mindset focused to be able
Right. Oh,
to do multiple things at once. But now currently I am able to dibble and dabble small into the entrepreneur world as I grow more confidence within myself. I'm still not all the way there, but I'm getting back to where I used to be before, where I was only relying on that money I made from home, from the computer, or from my smartphone. So with that said, I do make time to work, spend time with my daughter, and grab up that phone, baby, and network. Um, because I've done this for so many years, I do still have a following of people who wondering where your product at? Can I get my hair done? What training is available now? So that does encourage me to put myself all the way back out there as far as doing it full time entrepreneurship and full time being a server over at the Waffle House. So yes, I do maintain working a full-time job, taking care of my daughter, and just even if it's an hour or two, making that time for myself to do the things I know I'm able to do from the comfort of my home.
awesome, awesome. So, in talking about those things that you used to do, being a internetpreneur, I think that's what they call it, um, and sound like you wore a lot of hats. What are some of those things that you did do, and what was your success rate in those things that you did?
Okay, so I'm all into weight loss, trying to get my
Okay,
stomach snatched up. So I often promoted products that help women and men lose the stomach fat and gain their confidence. So I sold weight loss products. I also have a vendors list to where people maybe want to sell items from their home. They may not have the items or they may not know how to go about doing those things. So I not only do I sell a vendors list, I provide training as to how to use the vendors, how to communicate with them, what hours they are available because they're not on the same time as we are over here in the state. I also provided, as I mentioned before, the mindset training. That was something I created on my own through many years of hardship, letdown, ups and downs. People on social media see everything that you go through if you post those things. And I'm pretty
right.
open with things I have going on. And people saw me doing my big one, shall I say. And they would ask me, hey, what are you doing? How can you help me? And that's how I got into doing the mindset trainings. Not only that, I do hair as well. My mother couldn't do a lick of hair. I was going to school with the two ponytails, the one in the back, and I just had to figure out, yeah, she did that. She might not remember, but she
Wow.
did that. Um, it was
Wow.
times I had the rollers. You can see the little line on the roller. You know what I'm talking about? It was as I approached middle school, I just was like, I can't keep rocking the same quote unquote little girl style. So I started
Okay.
doing styles on myself, and people would ask me, "Hey, who did your hair?" Oh, me, I did. So I just grew up, taking on different people's hair. And I went to school for cosmetology so I can, get my craft up. So those are the things
Okay.
I do. I am an internet marketer by selling products online. As of right now, it's weight loss products. I also do vendors. I sell purses, clothes, shoes, hair, lashes, anything that you may need. I can get access to that. And then I do the hair because I enjoy beautifying oneself through my creativity. So those are the things that
Okay.
currently dibble and dabble in as far as my entrepreneurship is concerned.
Gotcha. 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 Okay. So, how do you navigate everything that you do? Because it's only 24 hours in a day. How do yeah,
Thank you for
it's yeah.
asking me that. My day starts at 6 o'clock. Wake up, get the baby ready for school. I get ready for work. I currently pay for prime time in the morning when she's able to go because school don't open up till 9 o'clock. I have to be to work at
Right.
7. So I pay for her to go to a prime time where I can go to work. I'm off by 2 o'clock. So every day
Okay.
I go to work from 7 to 2. My daughter is not home until 7 after the after school program. So I have to
Okay.
between the hours of 2 and 7. I come home, I clean up, I start dinner. I get on my phone, I see what business is there. Any people want to buy something, talk about some things, interested in the things I have to offer. So I take my time, I check my emails, my text messages, I'm returning phone calls and text messages during that time. If I have a client, I will schedule my client between the hours of 2 and 7. If I have a client that wants to come at 6, I let them know I'm gonna have to stop around 7 because I have to pick up my kid, but I will then reconvene after I, get her. But I
Right.
utilize, and I'm probably in the bed by say 9 o'clock. When my daughter has an a.m. bath, we take bath around like when she go home at 7. She sometimes eat at the school because they offer meals there. Thank you, yes they do. And then sometime I
Okay.
also cook here for her. She's in the tub by say 7:45. Right after that, she's having something else to eat if she decides to do so. By 8:30, she's in the bed. I do a little bit of cleaning here and there. I plan for the next day, and then I'm off to bed. Because I have to get up so early, I try not to be up late unless I
Right.
have a client who booked a night appointment of something like that. Or if I have a training that I really, really want to do, because sometimes trainings don't start until like 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So they try
Right.
to, cater to those who do have outside jobs. Thank you for that. So a lot of times I may be up, but most of the times I'm in the bed by 9 o'clock, and I do it right all over again the next morning, getting up at 6 o'clock.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So sound like you're very structured
Yes,
in how
I have to be structured. I have to have everything timed and within a slot. And if that slot time is coming unavailable or running out, I have to say to myself, okay, that time slot is now gone to be continued. And then I move on to the next task. Unless it's something I told myself I must finish on that day, then I just have to something just won't get done. But I make sure that I do the most things that are important within a timely fashion. So yes, very structured.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay. So you talked about mindset, and I want to shift the focus in that direction for a moment. How important is the mindset? And what is the difference, if it is any, between your mindset? Because you don't look 41, by the way.
Well, thank you.
You look very youthful. I would have said you was in your 20s,
Thank
late
you.
20s. at 41, did you do a mindset shift between when you were younger and now at this age, or have you always been consistent in your movements and how you navigate?
Well, I have always been a person who wanted to make their own money. So I've always had that in me of entrepreneurship. Always. Like I said about me doing hair, I've been doing hair since I was 16. So I've always had that particular mindset of getting my own. As far
Right.
as the time and structure, no. I only recently realized that in order for me to do all the things I need to do, I have to get my mindset focused of not being comfortable. It's easy for us to be comfortable and hard to be consistent with things we know we need to do. So, yes, later on, I did have to switch my mindset into being more structured and making sure that I take care of my business and not procrastinating, which sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I do still procrastinate. We all are still growing and learning, but it's
Hmm.
nowhere near how it used to be. So, the mindset and the shift came in where I knew I had a daughter. I'm a single mother. I'm trying to work. I'm still trying to build my own business, my own brand. So my mindset had to shift to being more structured.
Okay, okay, okay. Gotcha. Thank you for explaining that. That was very detailed, and uh, everybody can understand that because you went into length about how important that is for you and the shift that had to happen. And sound like mainly it was being a mom
Yes,
and realizing that you had to have a different
yes,
mindset just to accomplish those things that you wanted to accomplish, plus be able to provide for your daughter and all these other things that made you who you are today.
absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. So, how important do you think mindset is, as opposed to a positive mindset against one that's just humdrum and negative and just giving up at the least little failure that comes along? How important is mindset in your
Great,
opinion?
great, great, great question. Because you have two different mindsets. You have negative Nancy and you have on go focus no matter what's going on. You're determined. When you have a negative mindset, you bring on negative energy. You're putting out negative vibes and you're missing blessings that you may be able to have, but you can't see them because you're
Mm,
projecting so much negativity. When you
right.
have a negative mindset, lollygag, nothing really matters. It'll get done. Nothing will never get done. And
Right.
that's speaking on
Right.
personal experience. I too used to be a negative Nancy, used to be down and out when things don't go right. Oh my God, why didn't this work for me? Oh my God, now I'm dwelling. I'm sitting in that space, but
Yes.
nothing's being
Yeah.
done. And I had to
Right.
learn that you cannot worry about things that are not in your control. You
Right.
have to focus on things that you are able to control. And if you can't control them, baby, throw your prayers up, believe in the things that you're saying, and know that it will get done.
Yes, yes. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Um, that is, and I see why you're a motivational speaker and all those things because you're, first of all, you've been smiling the whole time and you seem to have a very positive outlook on things. And I believe that, and it's not dismissing things, but it's like you have to see the positive
Mhm.
in things in order to get past the
Right.
negative. Because if you fall into that negative mindset and that negative frame of thinking, then you're going to be a negative person because
Absolutely.
negatives don't make a positive. Negatives only counteract more negativity.
Exactly. And that
So,
negativity will be brought right to you like you calling
yeah,
for.
yes, yes, yes. I love it. You are a very positive young woman. But I want to get to something though, because you said your mother did, what was the thing again with your
The
hair?
two ponytails, one, two, and one in the back, or she would put the rollers on there and leave a little line. So it'd be like the curl with the little line right there. Yeah.
I think that is so funny. What is your relationship with your mother? How is, how is that instrumental, or is it instrumental in the path that you're?
Well, it's very instrumental to me because my mother too is an entrepreneur. She too was a single mother, didn't get any assistance, had to be strong. So I followed in what I saw my mother do, and she always motivates me, lets me know that things will be all right, let me know to not forget about my prayer, not to forget about you're never left alone, and always know that if you say you're going to do it, you do it, baby. Hold true to your word. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Wow, your mom sounds like she's an awesome lady,
Oh, I
and
mean,
she
she
has an
okay.
awesome
I
heart.
mean, she okay.
I hope you show her this so you can tell her, she can see how you said she
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Your mom, but both of y'all seem like you're awesome
Thank
people.
you.
Um, yes, yes. So future, let's say maybe 5 years from now, where do you see Kiki at? What are you implementing to where 5 years from now you see yourself there?
Well, I currently actually have a 3-year plan that's leads into my 5 years. Okay, I have
Okay.
stocks right now, and I do
Okay.
want to own a home for me and my baby girl. I believe that it's important to lay down a very important foundation, which is a stable roof over your head.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
I am currently investing in my stocks that comes directly out of my check. I'm currently working
Oh,
on my credit. That's not all that good, but I do not let that stop me at all. And
okay.
so, in my 5-year plan, I'm still going to hold down Waffle House, but not full time. That's where my stock's at. So, I will always be there 1 or 2 days a week to keep that money flowing where it needs to flow at. But I
Right.
want to be able to own a hair salon. Not saying I want to work in there, but I wanted to provide a space for other women to come show their creativity. Okay. So I'm currently, people don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing a
Right.
sneak alternative
Right.
to talking about the things I like, showing the things I like to do, where I'm
Yeah.
going, who I'm being with. So that way, when I pop out on the scene of me being back as an entrepreneur, doing my hair, I currently want to take up some classes to perfect my hair craft. Okay. I also want to sell food, baby. I take different dishes to my job for free. They think it's for free, but I'm advertising to them so that way when I start selling my food and I'm charging, y'all know what's going on.
They
So in
already
the
know what's
end,
going
I do want
on.
to
Okay.
have, I would say, a little mom and pop's place, Kiki's place, Kiki's corner of some sort, where I'm just, something small where I'm putting out my dishes and just making you come in and just feel like you're home at Kiki's
Yeah.
place. So within my 5 years, I'm trying to own a home. I'm trying to get my businesses going and just making sure that I have residual income for my baby girl.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So sound like you're branding Kiki.
Yes, definitely so. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What would you give as far as advice or motivation to somebody that's in your shoes, a young mother, single young mother, maybe not knowing which direction to go right now, maybe have a negative mindset or in between in mindset, not really positive, not really negative, but not looking for that one more thing that's going to push them over the edge. What would you say to that young lady to get her in a place or a headspace where she can see herself and say it's going to be okay?
The first thing I would say do is as soon as this call or video is over, to sit down in a quiet place, think about the things you want out of life, and pray about it, baby.
Mm,
Say your prayers and be serious about what you ask for. And
right.
just know that even though today might not be your day, there always is tomorrow. And
Right.
even though things might not look like it's going your way, is not going your way at the time, but he knows the time that's meant for you. I would
Yes.
say
Yes.
always be real with yourself. Never set goals that you know you cannot complete. That is the worst thing we can do to ourselves, is set goals that are so high. And then when we can't
Mm-hmm.
complete them, we're so down. So I would say
Yes.
number one, say prayer from your heart. That's real. That's true. Think about the
Mm.
things you want for yourself. And the world is so big, you can do anything you want to do through prayer, through guidance, through support, and never
Right.
ever give up. Never give up. Because even though
Mm.
today is not your day, you never know what tomorrow may bring. And even if
Right.
tomorrow ain't bringing all that good, it's still more days to come. You make sure you stay faithful. Keep your head
Right.
high and know that what's meant for you, you already have it. You just don't have it right now.
Wow. Wow. That is great. And I think that's important that we reach out to our younger generation because we hear stories about mothers that's unaliving their children and they're so stressed out and they think the only answer is to end it. Some kill their children, some kill them children and they unalive themselves. It's a horrible trend that we see in the news and it's happening a lot
Yes.
where parents are, well, I'm supposed to say unaliving their children. And it's sad because children don't ask them to come here. Um, but once they're here, as mothers, as parents, we're supposed to do our best to take care of them, not the other way. We have some mothers that want to party and their children are kind of just left,
To
you
fit for
know.
themselves.
Yeah, I saw this story about this 11-year-old that was taking care of his 6-year-old sister and his, I think the baby was a couple of months old and the mom left them in a trashed hotel going partying. And the people that was having had the motel room next to that room kept seeing a little boy coming and going, but never seen an adult, and called authorities, and that's how they got involved. And they still could not track her down because she didn't even leave a phone number for the older child to even be able to reach out to her. It wasn't until she showed up a week later and they had a trap waiting for her. And of course, they arrested her and she's sitting waiting now to go to trial. But we hear those stories of children being left in cars and being abused. And I think we need yeah, that parent is wrong, but we need a out for them
Mhm.
as well.
Absolutely.
Um, Something that they can hold on to because I was a young mom. How old was your mom when she had you?
She was 16.
And see, young moms, I because of what happened to me in my earlier years, I always wanted to protect my children. I never wanted to do harm to them. Maybe I was a little hard because I didn't want them to make the same mistakes I did. But I never wanted to physically harm my children because I just couldn't deal with life. You have to grow up and get over it and take care of your responsibilities. Or there's people out there looking for children.
Yes.
Other people looking to children. Put that child up for adoption, but don't harm that child. So I'm so glad that you were able to come and share today and give some options to parents that may be lost. They may want to take care of their children, but just in this economy and with things that are going on now, it's just hard. But don't be so picky about the job you get. Worked at McDonald's for years to take care of my 3 children. And yes, it was hard. And so, one year I taught them about Kwanzaa because I couldn't buy gifts. So I had the little tree sticking up there and the kids had made decorations in school and they didn't know no better because we installed those thoughts in them about those high end gifts and stuff
Exactly.
created what we had, which was not much. So I just want, and not even only young parents, if you're a grandparent or if you know somebody that's struggling with even a mental issue where they're not able to take care of their child or their children, you have to get involved because it's too late when that child is not here anymore. It's too late to say, I should have or why didn't I do something, or why didn't that person say anything. Sometimes they don't even know what to say themselves. So you have to step in, but make sure you know what you're talking about before you step in. Now, don't call on people and ain't nothing going on.
Right.
But if you notice something and you know for sure that something's not right in that household or something is not right with that parent, then you have a responsibility to make that report, make something aware. Um, Everything is not up to the school because some classrooms are compacted with children. They can't pay attention to every other child. They should. That would help out. But some kids slip through the crack, and we don't want that. So, as a community, we need to start being more aware of our neighbors and what's going on, not per se in their houses, because you don't want to be all up in people's business. You also want to be vigilant enough to know if something's wrong. If the children are not kept, and you can notice that kind of stuff. You see them going back and forth to school, or sometimes if they're not going to school for a certain period of time. We have to be more caring and not just concerned about our house and
Mhm.
our children or whatever's right in front of us. We have to have an overall love and concern for the community as a whole. So I thank you so much for coming. And before we end, it's two things. First, I want you to give any parting words that you would like to share at this time. Anything in closing, anything that is on your heart that you would want to share.
Yes, the first thing I want to say is all of y'all single mothers out there doing a wonderful job. If you taking care of your kid, you feeding your kid, they have the basic necessities that they need, you're doing a wonderful job. Okay. If as long as you are out here doing the best that you can do, you're doing a wonderful job. Long as
Yeah,
you are out here and you are putting God first before anything else, you're doing a wonderful job. And if you're not, it's not too late.
right,
Make sure that you
right,
have that bond with the Lord and let your kids see that too. Because when you think you're not strong and your kids see you, baby, that might be the umph you need. Okay?
right,
So just always remember
right,
someone is always watching. And just know that there's no need to give up because we
mm,
need you. Okay. I don't know you, but I need you, you know? So you just have to
yeah,
always make sure that you put your best foot forward, say your prayers, be obedient, try to listen, and just know that everything is okay.
awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you for sharing those words of encouragement because it is important that we realize that just by you saying if you're doing that, if you're that single mom and you're doing for your kid, we're proud of you. You're doing a great job. Some people don't hear that, and they are doing a great job. It's just nobody's
You
around
want
to
me to
tell
tell
them
them
that.
that?
Negativity can get in at that point too, where you have no encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can tell you anything, and the next thing you know, the enemy's creeping
Yep,
in your
coming
head.
right in.
Yeah, yeah. So I thank you for those last words. Um, but before we go, I just want to share that most of my viewers do know that I did have a child at 16, like I just said, when the beautiful Shakeyta said her mom also had her at 16. Well, I think most of y'all probably saw that that child looks like me because that's my little bitty me. That is my daughter that I had when I was 16 years old. And I didn't want to just interview her because that's my daughter. Because those that watch this podcast know that we've had all sorts of people on here, even before we got on YouTube, when we were just doing it over the phone or what have you. We've had all kind of people from different countries on this podcast. But my daughter is an inspiration, and I'm so proud of the woman that she has become. And I saw my granddaughter running behind her, and I was like, please don't come and say, hey, Duchess. Please. I kept seeing her head, and then here go Duke kept saying Duchess, and I know if he saw Auntie Kiki, he was going to want to say something. So it come tell Auntie Kiki, hey, since you're here, you could get them, but peep in and tell Auntie Kiki, hey.
Hey, nephew.
Okay, now go on back to business. But I just wanted for her because she does do a
Go
lot
say hey
and
to
she
your
works.
Duchess.
Hey, little Duchess, how are you?
All right. Adios.
Say hey to your cousin, then you
No
gotta go.
problem.
Tell her,
We can't even see him anyway.
oh, so she gone now.
All
You
right.
gotta
Bye
go too.
bye.
But okay, we get yeah. He say bye. Okay, now we got that out the way with the two cousins because okay. I wanted you to share what your knowledge and your insight because you are very intuitive about yourself and coming into being a mom and you were a mom at a later age. So I was even proud of that you didn't follow in my footsteps at 16 and had a child. You were 34 when you got pregnant. And you was scared to tell me then. You sent the text and said, Mama, don't be mad at me. I'm pregnant. I was like, why would I be mad at you? I'm proud of you. You doubled my age of when you got pregnant from when I was pregnant. So I have always been proud of you and just to see as you get older and no, not saying you mistake free because all of us make
Mhm.
mistakes and all of us make that wrong turn sometimes and do the wrong thing and may regret it later. But it's more positive than negative. And I see how people attract people and they want to know what you're thinking and they want to know what Kiki got going on. And I just wanted everybody else to know what a lot of us right here in Savannah know and not just being precocious because you're my daughter. But I'm a proud mother of my daughter that I had when statistically they said that me or my daughter, any child that I had was not going to amount to anything because at 16, that's still a child. I couldn't even legally drink. But because of God and his grace, his mercy, and because I didn't do all kinds of things in type of my children in front of my children either. Not saying I didn't date, but I didn't have all kind of people around them. They didn't see me do all kinds of stuff. So I couldn't do whatever I wanted to do and then come back and tell them not to do it because that's a double standard. I had to set the standard, even though I wasn't perfect then either. I was still doing things I wasn't supposed to do. But I didn't let my children see that because it's her and her brothers, but she's the oldest. So I'm proud of all three of them. I'm proud that I don't have to go visit them behind anybody's jail cell. I'm proud that they're productive citizens. um, she has a 7-year-old. That's my grandson. His dad is 32. So all of them had kids later. They didn't have children as a teen like I did, and I thank God to give me the strength to implement in them that you might not know where you're going when you're older, but you're more of in a mindset to be able to take care of a child if you have it when you're
Absolutely.
older. When you're a child, you're still trying to figure things out yourself. Raising a child and being a child and you and that child growing up together is different. I'm just glad that I had a foundation to where I was hard on her, sometimes really hard, but I wanted her to succeed and I wanted her to have that type of life to where she could stand on her own. And I look at her now and I see where, okay, there go the fruits of my labor. It was not in vain. It was not in vain to work the hard jobs that I did. It was not in vain to be strict. And sometimes her lips used to be hanging way down because she couldn't do the things that her friends were doing. Because I would say, can't stay out late. No, you can't go over to so and so house. And she would find out later why I was saying no, you couldn't go over there. But just for you all now that's starting out, that's mom, that's young and really don't know where to go and you feel you got to follow the trend. You do not have to follow the trend. I could sit here now and interview my daughter, who I had at 16, who I am so proud of. The many things she's doing, and she didn't lie about any. All the things she said was the truth. The bumps she had, the struggles, and to be able to change that mindset around and do things differently. And she saw the outcome when she did that. So Shakeyta, Kiki, I am so glad and honored that. And this, I just asked her on Friday. We actually was supposed to do this Friday, but um, I gave up on it. I said, well, maybe later or first the next year. And then we was texting today, and I was just texting to check on her, and she said she, still wanted to do it, so we made it happen. So, I just love you, my baby. I don't care how old you get, you're gonna always be my baby. And my grandbabies and my sons and just family in general, because family is important. Your village and your tribe is important. So I love you, my daughter. So proud of you, and I just want the world, whoever watched this, to see that it is possible to have a child young and that child be a success, but you be a success as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's possible and it's doable, and you can do it. You can turn whatever's going on right now, you can turn that thing around. And like she said, when you get through watching this, or even if you stop before it's over, get somewhere, think about the trajectory that you want your life to go in. Write out, make some goals, and then not nothing that you know you're not
Mhm.
going to achieve, but stuff that you can say, okay, if I put this down, I think I can do this. If I put this down, okay, maybe in 2, 3 weeks I can do this. Simple things to get you going and to be positive about the
Mhm.
direction your life is going in. And don't write it and stick it in a corner.
Right.
Write it, then look at it every
Right.
morning.
Stick
Start
it
your
on your
day.
refrigerator. Get you a magnet. Put it out there.
You
Some people, what I've seen is just another little tip. Get you some sticky notes. Write down some things
can-
that make you feel good, some affirmation and some goals. Put them on your bathroom
yeah,
mirror. You go on there every day to wash your face, brush your
yeah,
teeth, and
yeah,
you're able to
yeah.
be reminded of a beautiful person you are and the things you are trying to do.
Right. That's exactly because that's where I started with mine on the bathroom mirror. And I'm brushing my teeth. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
affirmations. It goes a long way when you implement things to help you in your goals and in your success instead of just saying them in your mind, because your mind can play tricks on you. We need tools to really look at what it is that we're trying to do and then implement it. So yeah, I enjoyed this. This has been beautiful. You're beautiful with that big smile. And she's always smiling. She's the opposite of her mama because her mom is not always smiling. She has always been a happy person and it's infectious. So I see why people draw to you because you're happy. So I love you.
I love you too.
You
I
take
want to
care.
say thank you for your time, Miss Hendry, my
Yeah,
beautiful mother. I was so honored when you asked me, oh, look at my mama trying to showcase me. I love that. I feel so honored that I was able to talk to some women who might even know that they needed to hear this today. And now look at
right.
you. So thank you for your
Yeah,
time. Please invite me to be a guest anytime. I have many different topics, many different things I
yeah,
have done that I would love to offer
yeah.
input into as well.
Yes, and we were talking about that at one time, you coming in as because right now my co-hosts are still in conflicting schedules. So we were talking about you coming in being a guest co-host. And we're still going to try to get that worked out too, but you're a busy young lady, so it's hard to narrow you down. But we're going to get it done
Yes,
because I
ma'am.
know you have a lot of insight on many things, including she said going to school for cosmetology, but she also got some child psychology in there as well.
Oh, so you just want to let the
Yeah,
cat out the bag. So I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I
yeah,
have a few classes left to
yeah,
have my master's degree in psychology, and I
yeah,
use that knowledge I learned every single day.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yeah, yes. So I actually followed her with that because she got her degrees, and I was still waiting for the youngest child to be done with school before I went back to school. But I ended up with a bachelor's in human services and a minor in psychology because the mind is fascinating. The mind is just awesome to decipher and learn and grow from the different aspects of people and the different nuances. So we'll be here talking all day. So we're
Well,
gonna
because
end.
baby, I might tell okay.
So yes, you have been an inspiration to me. Even the part of she did my hair when she first started. Her hands was the only hands I would let in my head, and I miss her hands now. You can see I try to do stuff myself, but Anywho, that's a story for another day. But as we end, we thank you for tuning in and watching the A Woman Soul Restored podcast. If you would like to send an email, send it to a woman soul restored at gmail.com. The website is www.livelifenow.lovelifenow.net. And of course, the Facebook page is A Woman Soul Restored. Like I said in the beginning, if you're just tuning in to us on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share what we're doing so that we can get the word out about it's never too late for your soul to
Mhm.
be restored. So I am Latanya Y. Hendry, and this is my beautiful daughter, Shakeyta Stepherson, and we're saying she gonna be on again, so we ain't saying bye,
See
but
you
we say
later. See you later.
later. Till next time, you all be blessed.
Bye bye. Thank you again.
Bye. Yes, ma'am.